Hey, hi, hello. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. It is your quirky, weird, Elvis obsessed, floral loving makeup artist friend Cat Sketch here today to bring you a brand new video, a chit chat, get ready with me about things that could help with anxiety. I feel like that would help a lot of people out during this time of quarantine. And today's video is sponsored by none other than the lovely people at Dollar Lash Club. This is my absolute favorite lash company. I've been in love with Dollar Lash Club for well over a year now because they have so many great lashes for all different types of eye shapes and so many styles for an affordable price. The quality is amazing for the price. They're from $3 to $10 or more. So we're gonna feature those later on in this video, so stay tuned. To start off my makeup routine, I need some foundation. I've been loving Wet n Wild lately, so I'm probably gonna use this today. Let's start off with talking about ASMR. ASMR, if you haven't heard about it, it's all over YouTube and the internet. A lot of people are either loving it or hating it, and I feel like a lot of people could like it if they find their niche of ASMR, because when people are exposed to ASMR, I feel like it's lately what's been really popular is the food and all the crunching, gross noises of eating and mukbangs, which I shouldn't say gross because some people are really into it and I don't want to shame people who are into eating ASMRs, but it's just not my vibe of ASMR. My favorite type of ASMR is nature, where people are doing like homestead, digging up their gardens, picking flowers. You can hear streams and birds chirping and nature. That is my absolute favorite type of ASMR. There's this YouTube channel that I talk about so many times here on my channel as well, where it's this girl in China who harvests her own crops of food and vegetables, and she builds furniture, makes her own makeup. She takes all her entire day to make her own silk and cotton, and she cooks food from scratch and stores food, and she cooks dinner for her grandmother every night, and it's such a beautiful, great ASMR type thing that I love to watch, especially when I'm taking a long hot bath. If you're not a bath person, another great thing is shower, like meditating rituals. I know that sounds weird if you're not into meditation, but it really does help. And my favorite product to do shower meditation with is my in-shower facial by Pixi. Oh my gosh, that stuff is amazing. I need to get more of it. It's one of the best products by Pixi I've ever used. It really heats up anywhere you apply the product, on your face, on your neck, on your chest, on your back, and it has this heating sensation without burning your skin off, and it relieves any muscle tension, anxieties, and stresses in my life during a shower meditation. You can get some, oh my gosh, if you're using it in the bath with some bath salts to help relax yourself, oh my gosh. Also, what really helps with my bath, if I'm doing a meditative bath thing, is lovely scents and bath bombs. My favorite bath bombs and soaps is from Witch Baby, and they have this scent called Graveyard. I also love Star Blast Co. because they have a lot of mint scented things that really refreshes me in shower meditations to waken me up during the day to start my day off. I absolutely love that company as well. Any types of meditation, whether I'm in a room alone, I sit on the ground and I think about positive things, and I just think about nature because that makes me calm. Some people think of complete darkness when they need silence to meditate. Some people think about streams and showers. Some people, it's all depends on you. You could do guided meditations. My favorite type of guided type meditations is on apps. I absolutely love the Calm app. I know it's pretty pricey, but it's amazing. A lot of cooking videos on YouTube helps me with my anxiety when I do rituals like these that are self-care. I find that when I'm really anxious, I feel overwhelmed personally, and my anxiety comes from my past and PTSD. You guys know I suffered a lot of abuse in my past, and I suffer from certain amounts of PTSD, anxiety, and my doctor says I definitely have bouts of depression and mostly anxiety. I've had anxiety since I was 4 years old from things in my past. So When my anxiety specifically, when I am alone and trying to relax at night is when I suffer the worst from my anxiety. When it's my time to relax, my body and brain doesn't think I deserve it, doesn't think that I'm allowed to relax, so my brain goes into overdrive and starts battling myself like, oh, you don't deserve this, what are you doing, you should be working, there's so many other things in your life that you need to be working on right now. It's just what my brain says, and it's totally wrong because everybody needs self-care, to have time off, to recharge, re-energize, because the last thing I want, and for anyone else wants, is to be overworked, exhausted, and their brain needs to be mentally relaxed before it's stimulated with work and everything else. I know that's a lot of blush, but I'm gonna do a very colorful look today. That's why when it comes with my anxiety, a lot of great tips that I have is to help coping with self-care. That's like the cure for mine. If I can't walk out in nature, I love watching things about nature, specifically like foraging for mushroom videos on YouTube. Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. Any type of cooking where it isn't like talking step by step how to cook, but you can hear like, that's why I like that girl, the Chinese YouTuber who goes and does stuff at her farm, because she does a lot of cooking and it's not her talking, it's like you can hear the sizzling of the oil in the food in the pan and the flame of the fire as she's starting up where she cooks at her station at, and it's just so great. And if I can't get out and walk in my backyard, especially during quarantine, and I can't go hiking in nature or something, especially during this time, sometimes I also need a visual stimulation of ASMR that helps my brain more than it helps like the audio sensual part of it. Like sometimes I need to watch shows. My favorite are organization shows. Dude on Dime is one of my favorite YouTube organizing channels. I also love, I think it's At Home with Nikki. A lot of like organization cleaning. Like there's this British cleaning show, I forgot what it's called. I think it's How Clean Is Your House, where these two British women come in. Any type of cleaning sensation of like something that looks undone and messy and then comes together in some sort of cleaning process in a video. In organizing, oh my gosh, beauty room disasters that are organized and then it's toured of this beautiful beauty room, those are my jam. Something about that really helps with my anxiety, because when I'm super anxious, I feel like I don't deserve something and I don't deserve self-care, and I feel like a total disaster mess of everything piling on top of me. So when I watch Marie Kondo on Netflix, all these YouTube things of self-cleaning organization videos on HGTV type level of stuff, oh my gosh, Mr. Kate on YouTube of her like redoing people like makeovers and organizing, that's like my, oh my gosh, if I can't like, if I'm really struggling, whew, I will be all about that. It's so great. I don't know about you, but that just really like helps me. Oh my gosh, they like, especially on HGTV, they have these shows like that are fixer upper. Oh my gosh, there's one on HGTV called Texas Flip now. I don't know if it's just in Texas because I live in Texas and I'm seeing it now out here, or if it's just a show on cable everywhere, but oh, that's so great because they buy these houses for like dirt cheap. I'm talking like $3,000 that are rundown homes, and then they renovate it. They have so much time to renovate. It's so great. I'm going to do a very springtime look today. This palette's been calling my name almost every single day because so many colors to play with. I'm going to do some light blues and yellows in my eye color. Also so that you guys could see the wonderful lashes that I'm going to apply later. I know that I talked about the Calm app. Another types of apps that really do help is breathing exercise apps for anxiety and yoga meditative apps. Meditative apps and like yoga at home on YouTube has really helped me. I really want to get back into yoga because such great techniques of like stretching that really helps open up your body and mind, in my opinion. I know I'm starting to sound like super hippy dippy, but I'm telling you, if you really calm your mind down and let these really good meditations and stuff come into effect, they really do help, in my opinion. In the past, I've done meditations and yoga. I know in Japan, they have a form of meditation of going into like meditative forests and trees and being one with nature. And I'm so about that. I'm gonna bring this way into my brow bone, way up there. I dipped into my Creepy Cute palette because I cannot find pastels that are as good as this. This palette is bomb.com. I'm just bringing some blue pastel up into my brow bone really high. Another important thing is paying attention to your sleep habits. I'm telling you, when I have not been getting a lot of sleep, I never realize it unless I really calculate on my phone how much sleep I'm getting. I put the sleep tracker where it's the alarm when you set your bedtime and stuff like that. And I've noticed that when I am not having that and making sure I get my full 7 to 8 hours of sleep is what I need personally to function, a night, my mental state starts going downhill. If I'm not out in nature at least a few times a week, stimulating my brain, if I can't, like, I would go on the computer instead, and if I don't get enough sleep, it really affects me and my anxiety and stress. Personally, that's just how I am as a creature. When I moved to Texas recently, our bed broke after 4 months of buying a, well, I guess it wasn't a permanent one to begin with anyway, so that was fine. But it broke. We had this like inflatable bed system that broke. And we were gonna use this system for extra, I have a guest room now, and for like extra guests, cause I have, you know, my cousin has, it's more than one person that comes over, would come over sometimes, so I had inflatable beds, and I was using that before I got my real bed, and it's like life was telling me, you need to get yourself a real bed. So I got this one on Amazon. I'll link it down below. It's so beautiful, and it was really affordable, and it's one of those platform beds that's made out of not only metal but wood as well. See, I grew up getting just hand-me-down bed frames of antiques and metal frames that like my aunt or family friend didn't want, and they gave it to me, and I never had like a real new adult bed until I moved out of my house from my parents' home. And once I moved out and I started getting more beds, I still wasn't finding one that was good enough until I found this one. We have been sleeping for like 8 to 10 hours a day, like unhealthy amounts. One day, the first night I got it, I slept for 12 hours straight. And it was like my body, probably from all the anxiety of what's going on in the world as well, but on top of it, like, my body was so happy to finally have something comfortable. I think the combination of wood slats with bolted in metal and everything really helps. And I have a purple mattress on top of it. That's the best mattress I've ever gotten and invested in. It's so worth it. You don't need to spend your money on expensive cars and stuff like that that most people want to spend their money. You need to invest in a bed, is my opinion. Your body's gonna thank you later. I'm putting some like light mint green here. This is a NYX Tropic Liner. Yes. Another thing that's been really helpful with my anxiety, I don't know if it's just because me and my boyfriend are really into this together, but Legos, oh my gosh. So how I figured out why Legos really help my anxiety is when I was working in LA, Hollywood for movie productions, I was going to work on the Lego movie before there was a problem with scheduling and stuff like that, so I ended up not working on it. But I had all these Legos they sent as a care package, and they're for the Lego movie promo, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let these go to waste, let me just build some Legos real quick. It was the most relaxing time I ever had. I was super depressed then, and I totally forgot all about my worries and cares for like 6 hours or however many hours it took us to build a Lego starship. And it was so much fun. And we would play like comedy podcasts, or we would just play some YouTube documentaries, stuff like that, while playing with Legos. It was the most fun I've ever had. So even for like, I think Valentine's Day, we had pizza party Lego night, me and my boyfriend, and it was so much fun. Also, what's really helpful is adult coloring books. When I lived by myself, I would use adult coloring books for self-care It was so much fun as well. There's some really fun, entertaining, funny ones. And I love the Secret Garden, beautiful, like artistic ones that have flowers and stuff. If they had an Elvis one, I would totally get that. Or a Dolly Parton one, I'd totally get that too. Another thing that helps with my anxiety as well is calculating when I intake my sleep and caffeine and sugar, because I've noticed if I start drinking coffee around 3 or later, I am up more at night if I keep drinking coffee other than the morning and throughout the day. And that really disturbs my sleep. And I've noticed that when my anxiety hits really bad, like my panic attacks, it's because I'm not getting a lot of sleep and I'm overwhelmed with work or whatever. I'm gonna do some blue liner, why not? One more thing that has helped my anxiety the most is planners. Let me tell you, I was one of those people though in school, when I got my school agenda planner, that was the only relaxing, exciting time I ever had because I just liked writing in it. But then my problem is I write too much in it to where I get overwhelmed, so you only need to put like 3 things that are really important and maybe 2 little side things. If you get more than that, it's gonna feel overwhelming. Or maybe 3 important things and 1 side thing that you need to do every day. Bullet journals, making your own planner. You don't even have to spend a lot of money. You could just get a regular notebook and make your own planner journal. I'm telling you, it really does help. I can't go to sleep. Well, I can, but I feel a lot better if I write in a planner before I go to sleep at night. I need a planner to write in, and water, and a charger with my phone next to me whenever I go to bed. Is that OCD a little bit? I don't know. I'm just putting the liner down first, and then I'm gonna put in some shadow on top to really define it. Speaking of planners, what really helps me is scheduling my fun time and work time, especially because I work from home, and what really helps is if I schedule when I'm gonna be working, which unfortunately I get inspired late at night to work. I'm a total night owl, so I schedule when I'm gonna be working, when I have relaxing time, when I'm gonna be cooking and eating, almost like a school schedule for myself personally, because it really helps unclog my mind, and so it doesn't give me as much time to think about everything that's gonna make me anxious. That's what I'm trying to avoid, is sitting down with no thoughts, because all my anxiety comes to my brain. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I have like tea, snack, Netflix watching time. Whether it's a TV show with my boyfriend, whether it's Tiger King, and I love chai tea, lattes with hot Cheetos, stuff like that. It could be a healthy snack like hummus and vegetables. But I've noticed that if it's a little snack with a drink and a show, it really has something for me to look forward to, for not having alone time with my thoughts to have an anxiety. I'm dipping into this gold, mix of gold and like silver shimmer. It's not a cat sketch makeup tutorial video unless I really highlight my Cupid's bow to infinity and beyond. Need some brow bone highlight. Another thing that I do, which is weird, is schedule worry sessions, especially with what's going around in the world. It's all over the news. You can't really escape it. It's even on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and everywhere that you go on social media, usually to relax and talk to your friends. There's information about what's going on there. So me and my boyfriend made a pact that we're only gonna look up on the news and information about what's everything that's going on that's scary to us for 1 hour during the day. And usually during that time of the hour is when we're getting our groceries, when we have to prepare and sanitize everything. We make sure we only give ourselves an hour to really worry, think about, plan ahead, stuff like that, so that we're not overwhelmed and our brains aren't just thinking of depressing, sad, about life-threatening subjects all the time, because it's just gonna destroy our happiness, our mental health. And that's what I love about my boyfriend. Not that I love that he also suffers from similar anxiety and stuff as I do, but I love that he understands me because he has gone through even worse stuff than I have, and he's very good at listening to me, and we're really good at communicating with each other. So we made that pact together. If you want to do something similar like that, it really does help. And what I also do is I only worry if it's not about what's going on, if it's about my personal life, I only worry about my personal life. I give myself only 30 minutes to do that. And you can write it down in a book. Journaling really helps. I'm gonna put some gloss on. Ooh. All right, now that our lips are done, we can put on the lashes. Like I said in the beginning, today's video, it is sponsored by Dollar Lash Club, and to prep my eyelashes, to put some false eyelashes on, I am going to get my handy eyelash curler and really get at the base to start pumping and curling them lashes at the base, and then slowly pulling out to put more pumps of lash with my lash curler in. Once my eyelashes are curled, I'm gonna get whatever mascara I feel like getting and start running that through the top eyelash, wiggling it to get a lot more at the base so that our lashes will be coated in deep black to really transition well into the false lashes that we are gonna put on later. So wiggle and then swipe up, and then the bottom lash as well. Wiggle, swipe down. Sometimes I use a postcard to make sure my mascara does not get on my eye makeup look. Same for the other side. I have to use mascara that's waterproof personally because it holds my curl longer, and I have very watery eyes from allergies, and I'm a contact lens wearer. But whatever mascara you feel is comfortable with and you love the most is great. I love these ones because it bends. Ooh, I forgot some sparkle and pizzazz. I'm gonna get some pigment to put in my inner corner real quick. I feel like a look isn't complete without some sort of inner corner highlight personally. I'm just getting my white shimmer pigment, and I'm getting whatever I used as a highlight, for my highlighter on my inner corner. So for our Dollar Lash Club lashes today, I'm going to use the style Lexi. These are one of my absolute favorite styles that Dollar Lash Club has. Probably one of my top threes. They're very wispy and beautiful. They're very full and glamorous. And I love using them for more beautiful, colorful, whimsical looks like this to really make my eyes pop. And when you're grabbing your lashes, you're going to want to get a lash applicator, tweezer, whichever you want to use, and you don't want to grab them by the hairs directly. You want to grab them from the band one side and pull to the other, and then what we're gonna do is a rocking motion with our fingertips to really get that band nice and flexible so it's not straight across, because if it's more straight across it will not adhere to your lashes as well, and it'll start buckling up and coming up at the ends. This really helps to prevent that, or less likely of a chance for that to happen. Once you have your lash band all nice and flexible, we are going to start to measure our lashes on our lash line and see whatever extra we have at the end to cut off. And remember to hold it by where you should cut it off. And what we're gonna do is just snip off the little extra. These will be great for like an accent bottom lash if you wanna save it for that. Sometimes I take these and put them like on the bottom lash line for very avant-garde makeup looks. So you can save those if you want, or you could piece them together to make individual lashes. And now, once we have this cut and trimmed, we can measure it one last time if you want to see that it'll fit on your eye. Then getting our lash glue, we are going to get it and apply it. I do both the ends of it first, where we don't want it to buckle up, and then start painting it in the middle of the lash band. You can wave this in the air, don't blow on the lashes. You can use a little fan, and make sure to wait a couple seconds to really make sure that's dry. Not completely, but it's gonna get a little tacky. And once it's a little tacky, we're gonna get our lash applicator or tweezers and put it in the center of the top lash line. And then you could grab it on the ends to stick it. These and tweezers or any type of lash applicator really do help. This one's from Dollar Lash Club, and it really makes a difference on how well those lashes stick. To really make your lashes lift if you want, and make sure they're dry and glued on, we could even curl them up a little with our lash curler to make them really stand out. Now for this eye, we are gonna do the same steps. Take our lash applicator tool or tweezer and get it by the lash band and not the lash hairs, because if you get them by the lash hairs, they're more likely to damage. And once it's off the carton, you are going to start wiggling that lash band to really get it flexible. Measure it on our eye. See where we're gonna cut it. Cut the end of the lashes. And for this lash, I'm gonna do something a little different. If you really have trouble having your lashes stick on your eye and they buckle at the ends, it may be because you have a more rounder eye. So I cut these in half and I hold them together where I cut them. Getting my lash glue, I'm still holding these together, get them at the ends. So there's 4 ends now instead of 2, and then down the middle of the lash band with the lash glue, let that get tacky. And what this is gonna do is when we do 2 pieces instead of 1, the lash is gonna set really nicely, so that if you have trouble with your eyelashes buckling throughout the day, if you wear false lashes through an extended period of time, this is gonna make them feel very lightweight and stay on very well. And just apply that lash to the outer corner, and then we're gonna get the inner corner one and apply that lash towards the inner corner part. So we're kind of piecing these to make 1 full lash from 2 pieces. And what this is gonna do is make them stay on. And they look the same even though they're different pieces. This has just really helped me, and I've been doing my lashes now like this with the 2 different pieces for a while now. Again, you could curl them a little bit. Another tip that I have when wearing false eyelashes is it doesn't connect all the way to the inner corner, so I get a black eyeliner and then put a line so the lash line is continuous to the inner corner, because I don't want no bare skin there. It just makes it look like the lashes just look better. You can even tight line, meaning put some in between the lashes if you can see a little bit of the band or what have you. And that's a simple tutorial I have to put some false lashes on. I'm telling you, your lashes will be so much better. Just take some time, patience, and practice. And with that, we're completely done with this makeup look. Thank you so much to Dollar Lash Club for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys enjoyed all my little tips and tricks on how to deal with anxiety. So all the products I use in this video will be listed down below in the description box as always, including these lashes, of course, are in the style Lexi by Dollar Lash Club. If there's any coupons or discounts, I'll make sure to link that down below in the description box. Before I go, another tip and trick I have after everything is over with, if you have time to volunteer. I remember I used to volunteer at a library to help kids who have trouble with reading and homework a lot, and I did I think over the course of a year, I did over 100 hours one summer. I was crazy. I did over 100 hours each summer for like 3 years in a row. And if you write down the places you're at, what you're thinking while you're worried and anxious, you can know like your triggers for anxiety and stuff like that. That really helps me as well. So thank you again for watching. Subscribe for more videos. I do videos every Monday and Friday here on this channel. Leave me a comment down below on what really helps you guys with your anxiety, because I would love to know. We can all come together as a community and help each other out. That's why we are here. I love you, creators. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.